MC time! Welcome back, everyone. I'm Comfy Socks, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Play of the All the Mods series. As I said last time, as my outro to the first episode, we've got a lot of ugly contraptions here that are just kind of scattered all over the place. The only real building block I have in bulk is cobblestone and deep slate. So, at the start of this episode, I really need to do some resource grinding. I really need to get some blocks to expand the build palette just a little bit to make some structures. It's kind of weird. I have oak over there. I have some spruce. It's probably going to be a wood type. I know we're playing in a mod pack. I know there's lots of cool things over there, but this arc wood just does not. Oops, I hit the wrong button. This arc wood just does not make for good build. The texture is just really weird to build with. And when you strip it, it doesn't get rid of this swirly bits. It just looks really weird. The planks look fine. The planks are all right to build with, but I definitely need something more than just the planks. So I'll probably end up using oak wood, which I know is not very mod. It's not very, oh cool, there's mods. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Hopefully you guys will work with me. And, everything's subject to change. Eventually we'll come through and redo this area a little bit. Make it nice and spiffy. Anyway, as promised, I will go ahead and start gathering up some materials, so if you guys enjoy a montage. I'm gathering footage for a montage where I'm gathering a bunch of material. Do you want to be in the montage? Well, all you have to do is say, "Hey, I'm in the montage." Woo!
Hey, I'm in the montage!
I even made this book. I'll probably show it in the montage, but it's everything I want to include inside of this workshop here. And if I haven't explained what I want this workshop to be, I want this workshop to contain all of the basic factory utility blocks that create offers in order to do most of whatever it's trying to do. So you see in here we've got a couple spouts, we've got the fans, there's a bunch of mechanical presses and basins and a blaze burner and all the other stuff. And this is basically what you're going to need in order to make any recipe inside of Create. Obviously, some contraptions get a little bit more complex than that and they require multiple steps. But as far as a workshop goes, I can make pretty much anything inside of this workshop without having to replace any of the blocks. It's just a little bit annoying for the complex recipes, but it'll be fine. It's just a starter little workshop. And if we need to automate anything like the precision mechanisms, if I can spell it right, precision mechanisms, which are used in the rotational speed controller. These things are a little bit more complex of a recipe, and they're kind of annoying to make. So I'd like to eventually make a workstation for that. We're not going to worry about that for this very basic iteration of the workshop. I just want to get one of each thing, like this mechanical press goes with a depot, and there's also a variant that goes, mechanical press goes with a basin. That's why I have two mechanical presses. There's 4 fans, because there's 4 fan recipes for lava, water. You can haunt stuff and cook stuff with fire and the blue fire. And I have a general strategy. I keep only pressing that button once. I have a general strategy for how I like to build things like this, where I do the floor plan first and then I build walls around it just to make sure we can fit everything inside of there nice and tidy, and we don't have to do any wonky stuff like adding a basement or adding a wing secondary later on, like having the retail on the walls to build space. You guys get the point. I'm going to go ahead and start with the floor plan of this thing. There's this huge lake here that I've been eyeballing for a while now, and this is where I want to put my large water wheels. I'm going to use all 11 here because why not? I want everything to be able to run at the same time for this. And it feels like it only makes sense to put it here. I don't have to dig anything out underground. I definitely don't want this water wheel section being above ground. I don't think I have enough shale. Well, for the floor... Okay, we can assume that our power is coming out of this pipe. Probably want this to kick back a little bit. And we have this rotational speed controller hooking up to the water wheels and stick it in like this, and we can scroll all the way up. Uh-oh, how do I scroll? Do I need the wrench? Is it right click? Click and hold to edit. Oh, that's new. Bam, set that as fast as possible. That's exactly how I want it. We're gonna give this a 1 block gap just so I can get back here and work on things if I need to, but we're gonna make this its own separate room just so it's not competing with anything. Which means the first of our machines is gonna go on this row right here. Assuming this is the farthest back from the walking in point, I want the machines that I'm going to use the least in the back here. So it's probably going to be the player XP drain along with the spout. I only have 3 pipes, I might need to make more. That should definitely be enough pipes right there. 16? Definitely enough. Yes, just like that. I'll still have to put the bottles of enchanting into this fluid tank over here manually, but since this is just a workshop, I'm not really supposed to be doing this much anyway, and I only need enough for a couple buckets here or there. It should be fine. If I ever need more, I'll have to find a different way to do this. But for right now, it's fine. Next up on the list, I don't foresee myself using the mixer and the heated mixer too much.
Many hours later.
Okay, guys, I have bad news, and there's no way to make this news any better for you. I did a big oopsie. It's one of those oopsies that everybody does at some point in their life when they're making video, but I deleted the video that I made while it was uploading, and I thought I had a backup, and I didn't have a backup, and I tried to recover the video for hours and hours and hours, but it, I'll spare you the long story. It didn't work. The rest of the video is just gone. It was a full-length video. nobody's nobody's more sad about it than I am. Trust me. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making a fabulous second video for you guys into this series. And this is not necessarily the best way to kick it off, but it's what can you do? Obviously, it's my mistake. I really should have known better. I should have just not touched things, but it happened. So now we have to learn from it and move on. And I hope you guys will accept my apology that we're kind of going to advance a little bit in time in this series. I didn't want to just move on to something else after this, because I know it's been a while since I uploaded the last video. This building in front of you took a long time to make, and it took a long time to edit everything down into a video that was palatable and paced well enough and had good transitions and everything like that. So I didn't want to leave you guys in the dark. I didn't want to leave you guys without an episode for another couple of days. I wanted to at least show you the progress, and we'll just kind of have to accept that the second episode is going to be a little short and not very flashy at all. And hopefully you'll work with me and we can go through it. And I did say that at the beginning of the episode, things are going to be clunky. This is my first time making a real series like this, and so we'll just take this as a stepping stone and learn from it, hopefully. So I'm just going to go into spectator mode for you guys. We can fly around. This is the building that I made. I'll start with the exterior. I went for a very solid brick-like structure on the bottom. We're using deep slate because I had a bunch of it for my mining sessions. We're using the chipped mod to make a lot of these blocks. This is just stripped oak log, and I made this dried netherwork block as sort of the building texture. And I think this combo looks really well. It I'll show you from the inside. We got a little thing going on the inside that's really nice, but I'll just do a flyby of the building so you can see this thing is positively massive for a second house on this world. And you guys, well, second house because this is the first one, but nah, let's be real, that's not really a house. I mean, you can technically count it, but this is like the first real house. It's going to be used with any real purpose. So I tried to do it upright. This house is going to be here for a while, and I'll probably tweak some things here and there, but I really wanted to get this thing looking nice and really wanted to get it to a state where I was happy showing it off to you guys. And this, I know this wall right here is a little bit bare. There's machines on the other side of this bottom wall. There's a fireplace on the other side of the top wall. So I just said, we'll just make that wall into we'll make it into a garden or something so we don't have to decorate that side. We'll just put trees up against it or whatever. We can decorate it that way instead of making it architecturally unique. Alright, so we'll go into survival. There's dried blood here because I have some friends on the server. I did explain this in the video, but I have a couple friends that are playing on this world. It's a locally hosted server. It's only going to be maximum 2 or 3 friends, but we gather up and we goof off from time to time. We have some fun. I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but I had a really nice prank where I got him to step on this machine and I sucked him dry of EXP. It was really good. It was really funny. But nobody sees it anymore because it's gone. Okay, no more sad boys. Sorry, we're gonna go on. So this entire build, let me start at the bottom. And not just the bottom, the bottom. You can barely see that. That is really hard to see. This whole thing is powered by water wheels. There is loads and loads of water wheels. This took a while to dig out. And this many water wheels is how many is necessary to keep this machine running at 256 RPM. That's as high as it goes. And so this branches out basically to both ends of the workshop. And over here, I'll give you a rundown. You saw during the montage we were making the building blocks for these, so this is where they're all actually placed. So we have the dish and janter to the liquid bottles. We got the heated mixer, item drain and a spout. There's a stone mill, millstone, mechanical saw. We got our 4 fan types. There's a hunter. In case you haven't seen that, that might be... Oh, oops. But that's so cool. I never knew that. Okay, but that's the hunter in case you have never seen it. And then we got our 3 types of things that poke downwards. Whatever you want to group those as. There you go. My friend was in here and spamming some mage lights because he's getting into Ars Nouveau. So if you see those around the world everywhere, that's him. He's just being a goober. I love him. And then over here we have the chipped mod tables. This is what I was used to making variants of all the blocks. So we have this big wall of mechanical crafters. This was for the crushing wheels, and then the crushing wheels are right here. I've already used this thing a bunch. This thing is coming super handy because we have that cobblestone generator outside, so I just take an entire chest load and dump it into there, and it's done in like half a minute. It's really nice. Right here we have our storage system. It's very rudimentary. I wanted to keep it. Oh, we're loading it. Every time you load for the first time, the JEI, it's laggy. Don't worry about it. It's just an old mod thing. We have an entire wall of storage stuff. I wanted to keep it very rudimentary because I'm planning on upgrading the storage system in the not too far off future. I just need to build up a lot of resources, but obviously that storage system wasn't working. These things aren't sorted except for this stuff right here. This is what I was using to build this building. That's why all of that stuff is sorted for the most part. It's sorted in the sense that I know where it is. We have room for expansion. But we'll come over here. That leads to some internal guts, so don't mind that. But if we come up the stairs here, then you'll see this is what the second floor is looking like. And this door I want to lead to my room, or at least where I'm going to be living. There's the fireplace on the other side. You can see out the trees. There's this really tall sugar cane. This is a really nice starting house. From the inside, it actually looks quite small, especially compared to the big, massive size of the overall building. And then from the stairs that went up, we have this room over here, and right now we're above the storage. I want to keep this room empty for right now. I don't have any plans for it because I want it to be a backup storage room in case the one below us gets full, so we have somewhere to expand up to. And this is what I wanted to talk about earlier with the dried netherwort block, is this detailed oak plank on the bottom with the ones that you get with chips. This looks like that wood paneling when you go into a building. This very much is reminiscent of that. I think this texture was designed basically exactly like that, and it pairs really well with this netherwort block. The dried netherwort block is a variant of the netherwort block that you get when you harvest I think it's the hyphae, whatever the red tree is in the nether. You harvest the hyphae, you get the netherwort block, and then you use that botany table downstairs that I had from chipped, and you can transform it into that. It's a really nice texture. It just sort of desaturates that really, really bright red into a duller red. Makes it really palatable for a building. The only thing I don't like about it is it's still got a lot of texturing inside of the individual block. But that's okay. It's Minecraft. You gotta make do with what you got. But as you can see, now we're up in the attic. I really love the way these framed shroom light lanterns look, and I ran out of torches, so I had to use them. But they still look really nice. I don't have any plans for the attic at the moment. I'm just going to leave it bare, and then I'm sure at some point we'll find a need to fill the attic with something. There's over 400 mods in this mod pack. Look, one of them's going to fill in this attic. We're going to find one that's going to work out. Okay, that got us up to the 2/3 point on the episode that I had planned for you guys. And the last third of the episode, we took a break from our building and we went out on an adventure to find a beehive, because we need that in order to progress. And I'll spare you the lecture because I know I'm already talking a whole lot, but we need to get into productive bees. So I went out and I found a whole bunch of bees, and we had a really goofy, upbeat montage track thing in order to find all of these, and it was fun. And hopefully I'll get to reuse that soundtrack again, because that soundtrack was really, really fun. I had a good time with that. We did eventually find our vanilla bees. They're in these 30 bee cages like so, and I have it marked right here. On the map, it's like down over this way. Yeah, on the map, it's like right here-ish. I think I have it turned off on the mini-map just so it doesn't get in your face. Oh no, it's right there. You can look at it. For some reason, it's not showing up on the minimap, but it is in that direction. So at the start of the next episode, I have something cooking up in my head. I haven't explained exactly what I have in store, but we need to find a way to get Silk Touch, because we need to get that beehive over here. And guys, once again, I apologize for the lack of, well, an episode, really. The last half of this episode would just be talking at you, which I know is not very fun, but I hope you at least enjoyed the progress that we got on the house and the progress that we got in the world overall. Hope you forgive me for this one blunder. I will definitely try to not have it happen again, and thanks for bearing with me. And with all that being said, I will see you next time.